Right now, without you noticing, at least 3 psychological tricks are being used on you every single day, by ads, by apps, by salespeople, by people who want something from you, and by people who love you. They work not because you're gullible, but because they pull on rules your brain follows automatically, rules you can't easily switch off. The good news is that once you can see them, they lose most of their power. So here are the hidden levers of influence, the 6 that everyone uses on you, and the last one is the one you'll recognize in yourself immediately. Before the list, the one idea that makes all of it make sense. Your brain cannot possibly analyze every decision from scratch. There are too many. So it runs on shortcuts, quick rules of thumb that usually work fine. Influence, whether honest or not, works by triggering those shortcuts, so you respond automatically instead of thinking it through. None of these tricks force you. They just make yes feel like the natural, easy, obvious choice. Watch how. The first lever is reciprocity. When someone gives you something, your brain generates a nagging pull to give back. It's one of the oldest social rules we have. So the free sample, the unexpected gift, the small favor, the salesperson who spends extra time helping you, all of it quietly plants a debt. And when they ask for something after, saying no feels rude, ungrateful, uncomfortable. You comply, not because you decided to, but because the sense of owing pushes you there. Notice the pattern. If a gift arrives right before a request, the gift was the setup. The second lever is commitment and consistency. Once you take a small step, or say a small yes, your brain wants to stay consistent with it, because we're wired to see ourselves as people whose actions line up. This is why the smartest persuaders start tiny. Agree to a small request, sign the harmless petition, admit that, yes, you do care about this cause, and each little yes makes the next, bigger yes feel natural. You end up somewhere you'd never have agreed to jump directly, one small, consistent step at a time. The first yes is never the real target. It's the door. The third lever is social proof, and it's everywhere. When we're uncertain, we look at what others are doing and assume they know something we don't. So the numbers on screen, most popular, thousands sold, everyone switching, others also bought, are aimed straight at that instinct. The moment something feels like what everyone else is choosing, the fear of being the odd one out does the persuading for them. You stop asking, is this good, and start feeling it must be, because look how many people already said yes. The fourth lever is authority. We're trained to defer to experts, officials, and anyone who signals status, and often that's wise. But the trick is that your brain responds to the signals of authority, the title, the confidence, the uniform, the tone, more than to the substance behind them. Someone only has to look and sound like they know, and part of you stops questioning. This is why confident people get away with weak arguments, and why a costume of expertise can sell almost anything. Ask yourself, am I trusting the reasoning or just the confidence? The fifth lever is scarcity, the one that hijacks your patience. The instant something feels limited, only a few left, ends tonight, last chance, members only. Urgency floods in, and the fear of missing out overrides careful thought. Your brain treats the possible loss as more real than the actual value, and pushes you to grab it now, before you've had time to ask whether you even wanted it. Almost every manufactured deadline exists for one reason: to stop you from doing the thing that would protect you, which is waiting. And the sixth lever, the one you'll recognize instantly, is liking. We say yes to people we like, so influence works by manufacturing that liking fast. Flattery that feels specific, finding common ground real or invented, mirroring your words and posture, simple friendliness. Your brain reads the warmth as this person is safe and drops its guard. The unsettling part is that these are the exact signals of genuine connection, which is why a warm, charming person can lead you somewhere a cold one never could. The very thing that lets real friends in is the thing being performed. Now here's the layer underneath all six, the one that supercharges every trick: emotion. Strong feeling, excitement, fear, guilt, flattery, urgency, quiets the reflective part of your brain and hands control to the reactive part. That's why persuasion so often works by spiking your emotions first, making you anxious, thrilled, indebted, or wonderful, and then making the request while you're still swept up. The pitch rides in on the wave of the feeling, and by the time the wave passes, you've already said yes. So why can't you just outsmart all this? Because every one of these levers is usually good for you. Reciprocity builds cooperation. Consistency makes you trustworthy. Social proof and authority let you learn from others instead of relearning everything alone. Scarcity helps you value what's genuinely rare. Liking is the basis of every real relationship. You can't delete these instincts, and you wouldn't want to. A mind without them couldn't function or connect. Influence is parasitic. It survives by wearing the mask of the good things. That's exactly why it's so hard to refuse. But recognition changes everything. So here's how to protect yourself. First, name the lever as it happens. The moment you can think, that's reciprocity, that's manufactured scarcity, that's just confidence wearing an expert's coat, the automatic pull weakens, because you've moved the decision from the reactive part of your brain to the thinking part. The trick you can name is a trick you can resist. Second, and most powerful, slow down. Nearly every one of these depends on speed, on getting you to act while you're still reacting. So refuse to decide in the moment. Say, I'll think about it, and step away. Sleep on it. The urgency almost never survives a night and a little distance, because the urgency was the trick. If a decision can't wait a day, that pressure itself is the reddest flag there is. Third, treat your own sudden feelings as information, not instructions. When you notice a fast, intense pull, to say yes, to prove yourself, to grab it before it's gone, to not disappoint, use that surge as a cue to pause. Ask, why am I feeling this so strongly, so fast, and whose interest does the hurry serve? The feeling isn't always wrong, but its speed and intensity are worth interrogating, because manufactured emotion is the master key that opens all the others. So the next time you feel yourself sliding toward a yes you're not sure you mean, check which lever is being pulled. Is it a gift that created a debt, a small first step, a crowd, a confident voice, a ticking clock, a wave of warmth? None of it makes you weak. It makes you a normal human running on the same instincts that let you cooperate, trust, and love. You don't have to become suspicious of everyone. You just have to add one habit, see the lever, and slow the moment down. Do that, and the tricks that used to work on you invisibly become obvious, and the choice quietly returns to being yours.